Hey guys, welcome to our channel. I do realize this is video number 3 today, but I had a little time and I figured I would try to get through Spin Doctor's Two Princes. And we were down to the binary code, and we were down to the binary code against the research groups, right? So, first of all, you had YSI, DSSD, were your letters that came out of said says to said, ones to one, and loves to loved. And when you crossed off your like letters, you got YSI or YSID SSD. We ran that through the ringers, the letters through the ringers in finance, in genetics and chemicals, in research groups, which is where we're at now. We ran it in technology category, and we ran it in random hits, and I even took translations out of it. All right. Then we ran it through the ringers after we made it numerological numbers, and then we ran those through the ringers in all said categories, except we didn't run the numerological numbers through the translations category. All right. But then we took and made that binary code, which now that's what we're on. And that's your binary code scale, or scale. A was starting with A and 0 and B and 1 and going all the way through the alphabet to get your zeros and ones. And this one ended up 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. And we've got that 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. We've already ran that through everything except the research groups. All right, I did a video on it. I pulled that through all the categories, wrung all the information we could out of it. And now we're down to running it with these research groups, and these research groups are what we found, by the way, in our new category that we're running, research groups. And even if they don't run forwards and backwards every time, we're still going to run it and see what we find. And we found right here, YSI, American SIDS Institute, DS Research, SDSU Research Group, DSS Research, DI Research, and SY Labs. All right, those all came back as research groups. Now we've already ran the numerological numbers against them, and they did not come back to them. That seems to be a pattern. This was our first research group category that we've ran. My fiance says we need to run more, and I agree. We do. We need to see if this is a pattern or a one-time thing. I'm guessing pattern. So we started out and we just ran 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, which was it's our binary code. I'm not breaking up the binary code, guys. I'm just running it as a binary code. And you ended up with just as research groups, all right? And you ended up with highway safety research group, sexual risk factors for HIV, and several other research groups. Those were the highlights. Pretty much, you had a medical and a highway safety research. And then coming backwards, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, you end up with computational physics research group. And that's another thing that ties into what my fiance is going to be doing a video on coming up. All right. And then synthesis of nanostructured material research group. And I didn't really look into that. but I'm just trying to get through this information, guys, and show the pattern, and I'm learning a little bit about it as I go. So, and that gets you through forwards and backwards through research groups. But now we're going to run them against these. All right. We're going to run those numbers against these. And what happened? Well, some interesting stuff if you ask me. So, starting right out, 0001001 ran against YSI. You get nothing. All right, nothing. Cross the number out. Cross the number out. Cross the number out. So it crosses your number out several times, and then you end up with a search tool for scientific data. All right. And several other things. And then if you come back, but not YSI, all right? Then you got 1001000, and that links nothing directly to YSI. Nothing. They are linked through a government document. All right. They are linked on Amazon and various books and sites due to their products. But these numbers do not run directly back to YSI. In fact, it'll numbers missing, numbers missing, numbers missing. So indirectly, yes, because of their products and through a government document, but not back to them directly. And we're going to move on. 0001001 ends up being American SIDS Institute. And nothing came directly back to them. Zero. You had an anthropology book. You had a hydrology, water resources. But nothing came directly back to them. I think you did have something affiliated with them, but it wasn't them directly, not the American SIDS Institute. All right. And coming back, 1001001 or 1001000. That's where we're at. Yeah. Oh mercy. Right here. Yeah. 1001000 against the ASI, American SIDS Institute, brings you 0 results directly back to them. You do have NIH Office of Budget, which is a site that comes up often, especially in genetics. You do have KZ Hertz range, topic by science.gov, but it does not come back to the American SIDS Institute. All right, 0 for 2. What about DS Research 0001001? DS Research Center. Nothing. You get 0. They cross the numbers off. And when they're done crossing the numbers off for DS Research Center, you end up with transportation research, which is interesting because highway safety research right up here. Highway Safety Research Group and Highway Safety Research. And that's the main thing that comes up, but not DS Research Center. Now, when you run that backwards, 1001000, you wind up with, against DS Research, you wind up with nothing against DS Research. I hope I mentioned that in the others. I was running that against ASI and against YSI. And against DS Research Center, nothing. You have gene mutation stuff, among a few other things, but you do not get anything back to them. And that's forwards and backwards against DS Research Center. Now we're going to run the same thing, forwards and backwards against SDSU research group. 0001001, nothing. Links directly back to SDSU research group. You do have some links to SDSU, San Diego State University, minus the research group. You have, diagnosis and treatment of breast cancer research. But that, again, does not go back to SDSU, not directly to their research group. That's what I was running it against. So that's kind of interesting. Although it does go, the numbers do go back to SDSU, they do not go back to their research group. So, and backwards, 1001000 SDSU research group ends up with nothing. You do have some links to San Diego State University, again, but nothing directly to SDSU research group. And that seems to be the developing pattern here. So then we're back to forwards, running against DSS research. 0001001 against DSS research brings you nothing. You have colorectal neoplasia, medical research, Tokyo Medical Research Institute to Tokyo. So you got that going on. I think that came up in another search too, colorectal cancer or something. And but nothing to DSS research. And coming backwards, 1001000 against DSS research brings you nothing. By the time you finally get a result that they don't cross your number off, it has nothing to do with DSS research. You get AI research and development, which my fiance has an interest in. So, for her thing. So that has a big old check mark by it, but nothing to DSS research. And that gets you through DSS research. And now we're going to DI research, 0001001 against DI research brings you nothing. It crosses the number off. You get advances in dopamine research. Advances in dopamine research was one thing that stood out to me, and a few other things, but nothing that comes back to DI research, design intelligence, remember? And then backtracking that, 1001000 against DI research, nothing. They cross your numbers on one of them. I think it doesn't even come up. And then you end up, by the time they give you a result, you end up with Eppendorf research and selected semiconductor research, but nothing to do with DI research. Okay, so these are some of the things will come up, but just not back to these institutes. Now you got SY Labs. You got 0001001 forwards against SY Labs brings you nothing. It'll cross the number off, cross the numbers off. When you finally get a result that doesn't cross the numbers off, it's a data sheet from Silicon Labs, but not SY Labs. You get experimental data for development of finite element, and that's forwards against SY Labs, and again, nothing. But I mean, you get something, just not from them. So if you bring that back, 1001000 against SY Labs, again, you get nothing. And what stood out to me by the time you finally got results was Infrastructure Microsystems Lab. And that gets you through the research groups And my fiance doesn't know what to make of it. She needs more information. She wants to run um, more research group categories, and then run the numbers back to them and see if the same thing happens over and over again. And I think she's right. As for right now, am I taking back anything that I said was anybody that I said was a quantum network user at this time? No, I'm not. I think they're using the quantum network. In fact, yeah, I'm pretty sure all these research groups we just went through are connected, and they definitely are connected. They're in the initial search of the letters, and the numbers don't run back to them, either numerological numbers or binary code does not run back to them, and yet they're all there. So they are definitely connected. I'm hypothesizing that they're all using the quantum network. They might be using the same quantum computer. They may be sharing a quantum computer. Could be the thing going on. Maybe they're sharing time on one. If you know what I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe you got that going on in multiple cases. We need to figure out what's going on with that. That's just a hypothesis, guys. It's not even a theory yet because we haven't ran enough. That's just my thoughts on the information as I see it right now. That's subject to change. And we will run that as a category. We might run back through some of the ones we've already ran and run research groups against them and the numbers through them. So, I mean, just to do it and see what the pattern is.
See if there's any of the same ones that pop up.
Yeah, see if any of the same ones pop up also.
That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, she's interested if the same ones pop up. I'm interested what pops up, period. And if how they run against the numbers. So, now I'm wondering, like these are, if you got more research people connected, maybe even some of these companies that aren't research groups. I think there was a company that we looked at. No, was it Maui MAWI Technologies LLC?
Yep.
That was a company, not a research group, right? So, there's a lot of things to consider when you're looking at these patterns. But if you ask me, and I'll probably do a separate video on this when I get a little more information. But right now, I think all those all those research groups are connected. They're definitely connected through this search if they're not connected in any other way. And I suspect they're connected in more ways than meets the eye here, and they're probably using the quantum network. Makes sense. And the numbers don't run back to them. So we'll see, though. We'll try to run this on some more, and we'll see what we get. We'll see how it goes. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I ran it a little long. So for now, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope I covered it all and got it all out there. I think so. I think I hit it all. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day. Oh, or evening. And her video will come at some point. And she's got a little more research to do now because I dug up a little more stuff that fits in and ties into what she wants to do. So that's going to cost some time. And there are definitely common themes that run through all of our searches, through all these searches we've done so far. Protein coding gene being one of them. I think we found it in Star Wars. I think we found it in The Big Lebowski. I think we found it in multiple songs. Yeah, protein coding genes. These financial institutions, these stock market hits. And so some of them are coming back the same. Macy's is one Sandridge Energy. It would
Wait a second. What if they're coming up in the search, but the codes aren't running back to them, the numbers aren't running back to them, because the reason they're coming up in the search is because they're transferring the information from the quantum computer to their actual research groups. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. That's a theory.
I just thought of
Or
it.
that's a hypothesis to look at.
Yeah.
That's something else to look at. Maybe that's it.
I just, yeah, that
Well,
just
they're
popped into my head.
transferring the information to them. Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it makes sense.
Yep, because the quantum computer wouldn't necessarily run back to them, but the transfer of information might, right?
Correct.
All right.
That could be why we're getting them in the initial searches and not the subsequent number searches. But I mean, plenty seems to come up on the number searches. Plenty of
Mm-hmm.
research groups, plenty of companies. Just not the companies and research groups we're finding in the initial search, or even the translations. Perry Stone Ministries, right? Those numbers didn't go back to him, and neither did um, to them, I should say, and neither did the binary code. We went back and did that. It didn't. So that's a pattern for sure. Um, so it's just a big old pattern we're trying to sort out. So anyway, that's going to be it for now. Unless you had something you wanted to add,
No.
I think we're good. And she'll conduct her research, and it probably won't be tonight that she gets her video out now, because I uncovered several other things to research and factor into her video.
And I work 6 days a week, so a lot of time is not something I have at the moment.
Right, and she doesn't have a lot of time, and I, I I could conduct her research, but she would still insist on reading it
No,
herself.
yeah, no.
So, might as and she'll probably read, she can probably read through it faster than me is the thing. So, um, yeah, it'd probably be faster for her to do it than me. But anyway, and the next thing we're gonna try to do is decode a challenging one with only 2 letters. Uh, on a Mandela Effect, Moneybags pointed out today. So we're gonna do our best to see what we can find in that one. And I wouldn't normally even do it, but he mentioned that he thought it might be quantum computer related due to the fact that um, due to a lot of side by side, it changed here, but it didn't change there, right next to it, sort of stuff. And he could be right. Um, it will be interesting because there's only 2 letters again.
Right, and we'll provide a link when we do start decoding that. We'll provide a
Right.
link to his videos so you guys know which one we're talking about and stuff too.
Correct.
So.
I'm not going to give it away in this video, but those of you who have seen his video probably already know exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to see what we can find as pertains to that. So anyway, guys, that's going to be our next project. And it should, I mean, as challenging as it'll be relatively short, right? Because there's only 2 letters, 2 numbers either way, and 2 binary numbers, which I already know the binary numbers because I was curious and looked earlier. What are they going to come to? I have no idea because I haven't started to do the searches yet. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your evening.